Alright, what's good everybody? It's Loki driving here today. And today's game, Clover Retribution. Alright, let's go. When you first start off the game, you click play because that's what gets you into the game. You put into a tutorial and you will have a dialogue. You can skip through it. There really isn't nothing that you need to listen in the tutorial. Alright, when you wake up, you get a tutorial, like a mini book that you have to read. It'll teach you everything, like the little different icons, the little compass that you get in the top. It teach you about the grimoire and spells. I'll teach you all of this later. It'll teach you about the different systems of the Clover stuff. Basically these are like bronze, silver, gold. Basically if you use a move a lot, you get a star in that specific like bronze, silver, gold. Your dexterity, strength, intelligence, constitutions are the stats that you have. I'll teach you about that later. Let's just complete the tutorial first. So you exit out of this house and you go towards the quest marker, which his name is Bruno. This is your beginner guy. He teaches you everything there is to know about like the blacksmith and etc. So you skip. All I remember is sudden attack and darkness. Skip. Quest complete. Now he will have you open up the menu. You press M to open the menu. This is your inventory, where you see your weapon, spell, armor, accessories, and misc. Basically, you get to see more when you progress the game. These are where you'll put your stats. You got dexterity, which increases short swords damage, dagger damage, bow damage, as well as increasing the perfect dodge window. Strength increases bludgeoning damage, hammers, cestus, punches. Increases the amount of damage you can block and allows you to lift heavy objects. I think they'll be adding that in a different update, but the blocking is very important. Your intelligence is basically like how much damage you do with your magic. What your intelligence does is the more intelligence you have, the higher chance you get of getting spells. I'll dive into that later. Your constitution is your HP and your mana. You also get resistance to envenomed condition, like the envenom condition. So after you open the thing, you report back to him, and then you summon your grimoire. To do that, you press G. Opening your grimoire gives you the quest completion. It depends on what grimoire you have, but mine is healing if I'm not wrong. So mine is green. There's also wind, which is also green. So you report back to him, and I'm pretty sure he'll ask you to go get copper. Yep. So first you head over here, and you go towards the quest marker. Alright, we're here. So you have iron, which is the white stuff, and copper, which is the brown stuff, and you get stone, which is the grey stuff. I recommend you get as much copper and iron from this place as you can, because copper and iron in the main game is very annoying to grind and it's kinda tedious. There are of course other ways to get copper, but still. Now you report back to Bruno, the same place, just walk down the path. When you report back to Bruno, he'll give you the option to get an old scarf. You should buy this. It gives you 1 extra constitution point. It's gonna be your first accessory. So you press M, you press inventory, you go into accessory, and you equip. As you can see, they give quite a stat boost. And now, this is where the combat part comes in. So you have to go beat up 3 bandits. Sometimes, some enemies, like these bandits, can spawn in purple. They are corrupted enemies. More HP, do more damage. But if they have a drop chance, if they drop anything, in fact, their drop chance is doubled when they are corrupted. So there's also a blocking system. So this is a block bar, and you can perfect block. When you perfect block, a purple color icon will appear on the enemy, like that. You can press Q to dodge. You can beat up the bandits first then. You also have magic mastery and weapon mastery. You can see your magic mastery here, and if you don't have any weapon, because you will just start it out with a fist, you'll be having fist. So yeah, first let's complete the tutorial. really easy to kill these NPCs because all you have to do is just run up to them and punch them. Also, really quick tip, if you double click right click, you do a heavy attack. What you can do is you can stack that into your normal M1s. So it's basically you're basically combining 2 attacks into 1, which is really good for some, you know, some quest NPCs. Now you'll be transferred back into the main game. Now, after you complete the tutorial, you can leave the game, and when you join back, you'll enter this menu screen. You see, you can click play. But after you complete the tutorial, you'll be in the main game. But before that, you have something called spins. You get 2 spin and everything. As you can see, this is technically a mage build. So you have a race, you have a magic, and you have a trait. Your trait is basically like a stat. Sometimes you can get a scholar, or sometimes you can get an uncommon trait, common trait. I'll put up a list of traits on the screen now. I'll put up a list of races on the screen now. And I'll put up a list of magic on the screen now. As you can see, I have mythical rarity magic, World 3. This is the only mythical as of right now. They will add another mythical later on. Honestly, it depends on what kind of magic you have. I'll link a Trello in the description where it teaches you most of the stuff. That's also where I get my information. It's just that I'm making a video form of it. Now, the library is your basic AFK simulator. You AFK there, you get spins, you use the spins. But now, let's move on to the main game. When you first spawn in, you spawn here, and you have to walk forward and talk to this guy. He'll tell you that you need to go kill an alpha wolf. Okay? You can see it on the map. This is just a random thing, ignore this. You can see on the map where the tracker is. On the way there, I'll just walk to show you how far it takes. It's basically, you walk from here straight, just go down. To summon your grandma, you press G. To equip a weapon, you press R, etc, etc. If you don't have a weapon, you'll be using fists. Yeah, you don't have much spells. I think you have 2 from the tutorial. And yeah, you either get Mana Wisp and Mana Blast or something else. But yeah, this is my setup because of the build that I'm going for. So yeah, on the way there, you will encounter a monster called Wolf. You can kill this for XP and for stat points. Since this gives insane amount of stat points. Not really insane, but it also gives you a chance to learn a magic spell. When you kill it, it will say obtained all the stuff, and you see how it said obtained wolf fur. You can either get that, or it'll tell you obtained the spell. It honestly depends on what you obtain, and it depends on your luck. But if you want to ignore that and go straight to the boss, what you have to do is you have to be careful. It has a couple of attacks. It has 3 attacks in total, actually 4. The first attack being a howl, as I'll show you now. Basically, he howls, which summons you and puts you in a state of fear. He also summons 2 dogs, 2 wolves, not bad, to kill you. And a great way to counter the boss is to just come into this cave and you can come in here. But you can't really do anything about the wolves, you have to kill them. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling here even though I'm level 45. Yet again, these are corrupted wolves. One of it is at least. You can see by the purple color aura. Alright. Now, I'll put what the wolf drops on screen right now. And why you need to kill the wolf is because you get a broom. This broom is really useful for transportation, and I'll be using it from now on to teach you where to go. After you kill the wolf, you can get a drop, which I showed just now, which is the wolf scarf, if I'm not wrong. But after you kill the wolf, you go back to the main quest giver, which is in the same direction I'm going right now. And once you go back to the village, you can talk back to him. Talk to him again, and he'll give you another quest where you need to kill a boss, another boss that is. So from the guy, you travel straight, and you get to fight Vennum, which is his name, I think. We'll go there right now. I'll show you. So this is Vennum. He has a couple moves. He has basic sword attacks, like the spinning slash and the triple slash. He can do these moves whenever and however. He's using void magic, which has two moves, a purple color move and a black void move. I'll show you how to counter this right now. You can parry, of course, and you can try to bait out his moves, but the thing about this guy is he has a shield, as you can see in the blue top. You have to get rid of his shield to do damage. So this is that purple move I'm talking about. You can hold F to block, or you can hit F to parry, which basically counters it. It's really good. So let's get the shield here. You have to do 10% damage on anything to at least get the stat or the credit of killing them. So now, once you've done 10%, you can go do whatever you want. And if somebody else comes and kills Vennum, you get the credit. So that's the black move I was talking about. You cannot parry it, for what I know. You only have to block. And if you get caught in it, it's surely unfortunate. So the best way to do this boss is you get a friend or somebody else to come help. Because doing this solo with just your fists is really annoying. And depending on your build, you don't know whether you want to go bludgeoning damage or slashing damage. It's gonna be really painful if you just put all your strength into strength. Put all your stats into strength. Okay, let's just die to this boss real quick, since he won't get off aggro and I can't use my broom. Well, once you do kill that boss, it's really easy to team up with somebody, by the way. That's a quick tip for you. If two players attack the boss, he's in like an infinite stun, which is like really good for farming bosses. So now, you talk to the guy again. He will say, if you're still looking for work, I heard they need some help in the whatever village. What's it called? The Timestone village. So the Timestone village is from here, but just directly straight over this bandit camp. So now you might be wondering, wait, don't you need level 25 to progress the main quest? You probably were wondering that, but that's what you do need to do. You need level 25 to talk to this guy after you're done with the main quest. So what my way of XP was is going to the Fire Mage quest. You do that quest with at least to level 15 or 20. Okay? You talk to this guy, he'll give you a quest to kill 8 mysterious... Oh no, you have to help the mysterious traveler. How do you help them? You kill the fire mages. You're not that hard. You can put them in a wall and they can't fight back. I'll show you actually. So basically, they have a couple attacks. It's basically based off wind magic, flame magic. You can just put them in a wall and combo him. So this is your first armor that you might be able to get from this quest, because this place drops armor really frequently. So to equip it, you click your inventory, you go into armor, and then you see it right here, Apprentice Mage Garbs. It gives you 5 intelligence, which is really good because that means you do more magic damage. And once you kill 8, you get 300 XP and 150 gold. I recommend saving up at least 2000 gold before you buy anything. So once you save up 2000 gold, or once you're level 25, which by the time you're level 25 you should have at least 2000 gold, you can come over to the blacksmith here. Now you talk to the blacksmith, and depending on what stat you went, whether it was dexterity or strength, you can either go for the copper hammer, which does 5 bludgeoning damage, or you can go for a sword, either the steel longsword or the copper longsword. The copper longsword is 10 copper, 1 sword hill. The steel longsword is 6 copper, 6 iron, which is why I say in the beginning of the game, you should get more copper and iron before you progress the game. Now, to get copper and iron from the blacksmith, you want to go straight over here and there'll be a hole in the ground where you can enter. It's right here. Now, if you cannot find this hole and you get lost, you can go to the Alpha Wolf area. Behind him, you can go below, and you can enter into this cave through another way. But this is just the best way from the village, basically. So now that you enter, most of these ore like packets won't have copper or iron in them. Usually you'll be stone. So what you have to do is you collect out the stone and you wait around 1 minute to 3 minutes and let the stone slash iron slash copper regenerate back onto the ore pack. And when it does, there's a chance to be copper, there's a chance to be iron, there's a chance to be stone. So that's how you get copper and iron. So depending on what stat you went, whether you went dexterity or strength, you go into whatever stat you want. Since I'm a mage build, I went 47 intelligence, well, that's what I could do for now, my level, and 17 constitution, because constitution also increases mana. So now once you've grinded your copper and iron, and you've gotten your sword and everything, and you're level 25, you can go do the quest. Alright, the first quest is you have to defeat 12 seasoned mercenaries. Where do you find these seasoned mercenaries, you might ask? So this is the quest giver, right? From here, you travel directly in front, and these are the seasoned mercenaries. They have sword moves and they use a spear, which is goofy. Do not ask why. Some of them use swords if I'm not wrong. But yeah, you kill 12 of them, you go back and talk to the guy. He'll give you an XP and all the good stuff. And then he'll make you go kill the ogre. So the ogre's spawn point is from this village, you go straight this direction. I'll skip to that around there. Alright, we're here. This is the ogre spawn. One of the most annoying bosses due to how you have to fight it. Recommended for at least 3 players. That's one of his attacks, the rock attack. You can dodge it by pressing Q, remember? You can parry that attack, or perfect block it, whatever you want to call. But yeah, this is one of the most annoying bosses. Recommended at least 3 people, because he has a shield. The only way to attack him is to get his shield down. Once his shield is down, he'll be knocked on his butt. Then, you beat him up, do at least 10% damage for the quest to count. Once the quest is done, they'll tell you to go to the Clover Kingdom, which is actually right here. So back to that village, and then from there, come back here. If you want to see how to come back here, you can rewind back to how I showed you. So once you enter, you'll get a quest from this guy to talk to people about the Black Shadow organization or something. You can just spam the same NPC 6 times and it'll give you the quest, which is really hilarious. You talk to him again, he'll tell you to go find your hideout. So this is the path you have to take to go find the hideout. And there should be 2 NPCs right here, and that's where the quest ends. That's the end for the storyline for now. They'll update it in the future. Now, by the time you get to this Clover, you have to have been level 35, or you cannot progress. Once you do the quest here, you are free to do whatever you want. Now, at this point, the best way to grind is to come over here and reset. Why, you may ask? Because you should spawn at the main village. Okay, my bad. So the best thing to do is from here, you go straight over to the unnamed village. Now, once you've made to the unnamed village, you should go straight over to the Halloween event. This event ends today or tomorrow if I'm not wrong, depending on when I release this video. And once you enter the Halloween event, you gotta do this one quest. It's the pumpkin kill quest. One of the tedious, most paining quest ever. But the rewards are really good and worth it. Pumpkins only have one attack. It's the strike attack. How do you know they're about to strike? You look at their mouth, where it's like clamping into each other. That's when they're gonna strike. So you can see how he just striked. I'll see if you can strike again. Yeah, that's how he does it. So, to kill these 6 pumpkins, you just spam your M1, spam your moves, that's it. Now, once you kill them and you grind up how many money you need, how much level you need, you put in your stat points and all the stuff, you should be at a reasonable enough level to go explore the other stuff in this game. Now, I will show you the other stuff that you can get / is not really needed for progression. Alright, now if you are a sword, you're going sword progression, like stated right here. If you're going dexterity, you can talk to this guy after you get sword mastery 10 and you're level 10 to get your sword moves. And how do you get the swords? Welcome back to the blacksmith. So, to craft the swords, you need the money and you need the materials. So, like the steel sword, you need 2000 and you need all these materials. The sword hilt, broken blade, and the long blade, if I'm not wrong, you get it from this guy. Now, you buy the materials from here, like the sword hilt, the long handle, and the broken sword, and then you go back to the guy and you craft whatever weapon you need. The other NPCs that you can farm around here are the daily NPCs. These NPCs have a D with the Clover on it. So what you can do is whenever you complete these NPCs, you get a certain amount of spins. This one requires you that you get blue lilies. I will link how to get that blue lilies and all the other flowers in a different video, because this video is getting really long. This is one of the daily NPCs. I'll also make another video on daily NPCs as well.